Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Zoho CRM contact from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. So I'm an owner of a marketing consultancy business, and using LinkedIn lead gen forms, I collect the data of my leads who are interested in the services that I provide in my business. Here what I want is that as soon as many of the potential customers and clients, a new lead is going to be generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms, I want to create that lead as a contact in my Zoho CRM account. Now, creating these contacts manually after the new lead is generated is going to be very time consuming. So what I did is I simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I am going to build a connection between LinkedIn lead gen forms and Zoho CRM with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Zoho CRM contact from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. So I'm an owner of a marketing consultancy business, and I use LinkedIn lead gen forms to capture high quality leads. I use Zoho CRM to organize and track, nurture these leads, ensuring I stay on top of my follow-ups and client management. The challenge that I face is manually transferring the lead data from LinkedIn lead gen forms to my Zoho CRM. This was very time consuming and increases the chances of missing or incorrectly entering the important details. To solve this, I've automated this entire process. So now whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers and clients using LinkedIn lead gen form, automatically that lead is going to be created as a contact in my Zoho CRM account. This ensures all my leads are stored and managed efficiently in one centralized system, saving time and helping me focus on building client relationships. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between LinkedIn lead gen forms and Zoho CRM with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign in for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create Zoho CRM Contact from LinkedIn lead gen forms lead. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select LinkedIn Leads Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Zoho CRM Contact from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads, and there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as LinkedIn lead gen forms. LinkedIn lead gen form is a feature within LinkedIn that helps businesses to capture leads directly from their ads. And I use LinkedIn in order to capture the data of my leads who are interested to know the services that I provide in my business. Here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers and clients using LinkedIn lead gen forms, automatically over here Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger, I'm going to select it as LinkedIn lead gen forms. And for the trigger event, I select it as new lead gen form response, as whenever a new form submission is going to be done using LinkedIn lead gen form by the lead, automatically with the help of this event, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. Now, in order to do that, we have to connect our LinkedIn lead gen forms to Pabbly Connect. For that, click on this Connect button right over here. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on Add New Connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, it says Connect with LinkedIn lead gen forms. I'm going to click on this button right here. After authorizing, it is asking for the account and the lead form information. For the account, I have created an account in the name of Pabbly's ad account. I'm going to select this account. You have to select the account with the help of which you are running your LinkedIn leads. Okay. After that, it is asking for us to select the lead form. I've created a lead form in the name of lead form. You can see right over here. I'm going to select that form from the drop down. Okay. After selecting the account and the lead form over here, it says save and send test request button. As I'm going to click on this button right over here, what is going to happen? The last lead that was captured or generated by the potential customers and clients using LinkedIn lead gen form is going to be captured in the response right here. So before click on this button right over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a new test lead using LinkedIn lead gen form. And after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to generate the test lead. So this is the ad that I'm running using LinkedIn lead gen forms with the help of which the leads are going to be generated. My LinkedIn account is not a paid account, okay? So this is just a demo that I have created. For that, I'm going to click on this apply now button. As I'm going to click on it, you can see it is asking for the email address, phone number, and on other details right away, like the first name, last name, and the company, you can see the details are already been filled. As I've already told you that I don't have a paid account with LinkedIn. This is just a demo ad that I've created using LinkedIn. So that is why these details right away has already been filled. But if you have a paid account with LinkedIn, you will have the option of filling all these details manually by your lead. Okay. This is just a test. That is why over here the details are already been filled. Okay. It is asking for the email address and the phone number of our lead. So we're going to fill in the details right here. For the email address over here, I'm going to write it as testdemo98@pabblytunes.com. Okay, this is the email address. And for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number right here. Okay. After that, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. As I've done that, it says information sent to Pabbly. This means that the test lead is generated. As the test lead is generated, I'm going to go back to my workflow and click on the save and send test request button right here. As I'm going to do that, you can see over here the response of the new lead being generated has been captured right here. Okay. If I'm going to tally the response, you've received the leads ID. You can see right over here. If I'm going to further scroll down, email comes as testdemo98@pabblytunes.com. This is the phone number that we have entered. You can see right here. For the first name, it was already been selected as Pabbly. You can see right over here. Last name comes as subscription billing management service. This was the last name that was already selected. And for the company name comes as Magnet Brains. Okay. As you can see, the response of the test lead being generated has been captured over here in our trigger. This means that LinkedIn lead gen forms has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers or clients using LinkedIn lead gen forms, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. But if you're not going to receive the response immediately after the new lead is generated, then do not worry. Why? Because LinkedIn lead gen forms is a polling based application. That means in every 10 minutes, you can see it says 10 minutes right away. This is the polling duration. And every 10 minutes, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers and clients using LinkedIn lead gen forms, in this polling duration, it is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect. That means in every 10 minutes, it is going to send the data. LinkedIn lead gen forms is going to send the data to Pabbly Connect. Okay. If you want to make any changes in this polling duration, click on this three dot and select the set trigger time option right here. As you're going to do that, this dialog box is then going to appear in front of you. And in the drop down right over here, you can see the minimum trigger time is 10 minutes. So the maximum being 24 hours. You can select the trigger time according to your requirement, save the changes that you have. Okay. So as you can see now, the response has been captured in our trigger. This means that LinkedIn lead gen forms is connected to Pabbly Connect. As now our trigger setup is done, we need to set up our action step. Here my objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms, I want to create that lead as a contact in my Zoho CRM account. Now for doing that, we are going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Zoho CRM. Zoho CRM is a software application that helps businesses to manage their customer relationships efficiently. It's like a digital hub where you can store all your customers' information such as contacts, details, communication history, and purchase records in one place. And I use Zoho CRM to keep the record of all my leads at one place and create their contacts in. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Zoho CRM. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as create contact, as I'm going to create a contact of this lead that was generated using LinkedIn lead gen form. Okay. After selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button button right here. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or you can select the existing connection that you have. Okay, after that I'm going to click on this connect with Zoho CRM. As I'm going to do that, this dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for us to enter the domain. To have the domain, I'm going to log into my Zoho CRM account. This is my Zoho CRM account right here, and in this URL you can find the domain. The domain is next to this CRM right here, that is zoho.in. So I'm going to copy this domain from here and paste this domain right here in my workflow. Okay, I'm going to remove this dot, and then I'm going to click on the save button right here. As I'm going to do that, over here this window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this accept button, as the save process in my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this accept button right here. As I've done that, you can see Zoho CRM is now been connected to Pabbly Connect. As now the connection is completely done, it is asking for all these details right over here, with the help of which a contact is going to be created in my Zoho CRM account. Firstly, it is asking for the lead source. I'm going to select the lead source over here as advertisement. Okay, as with the help of the ads, the lead is generated. After that, it is asking for the first name, last name, and all the other details of our contact. So for the data of these fields, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, you can see this was the previous step, that is LinkedIn lead gen forms, new lead gen form response. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. In my previous step, I've received the response of the new lead, and I want to create the same lead as a contact in my Zoho CRM account. So for the data of this field, I'm going to select the data from my previous response. It is asking for the first name of my lead. So for that, I'm going to search for the first name of my lead in my previous response. I have received the first name of my lead, you can see right over here. And I want to create this lead as a contact, so I'm going to select the data from my previous response. As I selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data. Similarly, for the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name right away. I'm going to search for it, and then I'm going to map the data of the last name. For the email, I'm going to map the data of the email right here. This is the email. I'm going to map the data. Next, it is asked for the title of the department, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. For the phone number over here, I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received. This is the data. I'm going to map it, okay? It is asking for all these details next, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. And just for the description over here, I'm going to write it as LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. Okay, so this is the description, okay? After that, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that over here, you can see over here that we have received a response in which it comes as success. This means the contact is created. For that, I'm going to open my Zoho CRM account. This is the contacts page of my account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, a new contact has been created in my Zoho CRM account in the name of Pabbly Subscription Billing Management Service. This was the dummy name that we have received in the previous response while generating the lead. Email comes as testdemo98@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number that we have entered. And if I'm going to further scroll down right over here, the description comes as LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. Okay. As the contact is successfully created in our Zoho CRM account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between LinkedIn lead gen forms and Zoho CRM with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done. Over here in my trigger, I've selected as LinkedIn lead gen forms and new lead gen form response, as whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers and clients using LinkedIn lead gen forms, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that in our trigger. As now we wanted to create this lead as a contact in our Zoho CRM account, for that I've set up this action step right over here, in which for my action application I've selected as Zoho CRM and action event as create contact. And with the help of Pabbly Connect, I've built the connection between these two applications, okay? So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.